Well, g'day, Evan. And how are you going at the moment?
I'm good. Yeah. How are you, Chris?
That's good. Yeah, really good. Not too bad at all.
That's
Um,
good.
it's Father's Day today. Did you get anything special this morning?
Well, I don't know how to.
Sorry, that's a
the
trick
kids, the
question,
kids,
Church, because it's actually Thursday today, and we're interviewing for Sunday. So Evan has no idea what he's getting for Father's Day, as nor do I.
I
Anyway,
was
it's
good.
Father's Day. We just wanted to hear from a couple of fathers, just some feedback on what it means to be a father, a Christian father, and so on. So Evan's the father of four kids, together with Amy, and maybe just ask you the first question, mate. What is it that you love the most about being a dad?
I was going to say before, the kids, our kids are at such an age where they can't help but give away hints to what they're trying to give you. So
So you might know.
they haven't got yet, but there's some strong hints. Everything's in lockdown too, so it has to be by order. But no, kids are a lot of fun. It's I think one of the best. Well, I guess as a Christian dad, I'm thinking it's just such an honor and a privilege to be able to have these young lives that you're helping to love and serve and follow Jesus. And like you just have these delightful conversations with them every now and then about faith and answering their questions about Jesus and what life's all about. And that's really, really amazing.
Mm.
I guess from another perspective, it's just like it's fun. And so, even during this time of everybody being at home in our house, there's a lot of buzz and activity. And,
Yeah.
we go on bike rides and walks together and sport and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, it's
Mm.
just great fun seeing people, watching that progression from babies as they grow up. It's very
Yeah.
privilege.
Yeah, that's good. Excellent. Okay, so it is a great thing. Are there any challenges? What are the challenges that you find,
Yeah.
particularly being a Christian father?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I think, sometimes you need the wisdom of Solomon to sort out some of their squabbles and, like just
Cut the toys in half, that sort of
yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right. Figure it out. But yeah, thinking things like, I guess as a Christian father, am I setting the example they need? You can worry about future possibilities. Will I be setting the godly example they need? Will they become Christians, or will they remain in the faith themselves? Will they love Jesus, or what kind of view of Jesus are they getting from me? All those things, I suppose, can play on my mind if I let them.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
yeah,
That's a very good statement. If they can play on your mind if you let them. Yeah.
yeah,
How do you deal with or manage that kind of, we have regrets as fathers, as
yeah,
parents, we reflect, and those things come back to haunt us sometimes, how we could have
yeah.
done things better or said things differently. Yeah, how do you deal with that with yourself, within
Oh, I
yourself?
suppose, yeah. I mean, the challenge, I guess, is to leave it in God's hands, to spend more time praying than worrying.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's a challenge. I don't know if I do it always successfully. Of course, well, of course I don't. Yeah, I guess
Mm.
our kids are still pretty young, so I'm aware that they haven't hit those teenage years yet, and they haven't really started questioning us in the way that maybe teenagers and older kids do. So it's still something for us that's a little bit on the horizon. And
Mm.
yeah, I suppose I'm in that stage of trying to prepare for that. So preparing to being willing to leave it in God's hands, and just trust that He will be working in me and through me, and He's powerful enough to cover over my mistakes and to work through those even, and over the top of
Yep.
those.
Yep. Yep. That leads us really into the third question, and that is, as Christians, we have a heavenly Father. That's how we know God has revealed Himself to us. So, how has knowing God through Christ as a heavenly Father, how has that shaped and
Mm,
and and helped you in your role as dad?
mm. Well, our Heavenly Father is abundantly gracious to us. If you think about all the ways that I would, in my life have done things that He was looking at and just, why are you doing this? Like, this is not the way I created you to be.
Mm.
Things that would have grieved Him, and yet He's chosen to love and forgive me. So
Mm.
that has to impact the way I parent, thinking through how, you know, I'm not looking for retribution when I, you know, see my kids do something silly or even disobedient. Yeah, it's not always easy to work out what it looks like in practice to be gracious in parenting, and you know, finding out, well, there's consequences to actions, but yeah, not I guess making those consequences things that help sort of shape and grow them as people, rather than kind of enact some kind of vengeance or something else like that. You know, yeah, God is gracious and He's loving. I suppose being a father as well, it helps me to see something of God's love for me. So it goes both ways at one level too, because you think He has made me His son and He loves me, and you think, you know, there's almost, you couldn't think of, is there anything that would, even if my kids grew up and made the worst decisions, I'd still love them. I might not agree with what they do, but I love them. And I think, well, that's how God sees me, sees us. Yeah, He might be grieved by decisions I make, but it doesn't stop Him loving me. In fact, His heart is kind of is for us, even especially in those moments.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good. That's a great encouragement. Look, we might leave it there and ask our next dad, and then I think John Stevens is going to be praying for us all as fathers this morning as a church. So we'll go from there. Thanks, Evan.